Hi, I'm Nikki from Teaching Autism and welcome to the Autism and Special Education Community Podcast. Are you an autism or special education professional? Are you a teacher or therapist looking for support and new ideas? You may even be a parent, family member or carer. This podcast is perfect to help you find out more information, support and get some of your questions answered. Hi and welcome back to the Teaching Autism and Special Education Community Podcast. Today on the podcast, I'm continuing our end of year theme and I'm talking all about how you can end the year on a positive note. The last few weeks of the year can be stressful when we're trying to get everything done before school finishes, and this makes it very easy for the year to end on a not so positive note, and nobody wants that. I love being able to finish my school year on a high and walk out that door thinking, wow, that was a tough year, but it was great. If you've had an especially tough year, it can be really hard sometimes to think back over the positives of the year because for some reason, those negatives just always stick in our mind the most. And that's why I wanted to do this podcast episode today, because I want you to be able to walk out that door on your last day of school with a smile on your face, ready to take on the summer, while thinking about the great year you had and all the positives you can take away from it. And I'm not just talking to the teacher of the class here. I'm talking to assistants, therapists, anyone working in education, because everyone has an important role to play throughout the school year. And it's possible for all of us to have a tough year, but it's also equally as possible for us all to end the year on a high. So here we go. Get comfy, put your feet up, get your favourite drink and some snacks, and listen to my 5 ways you can end the year on a positive. First up is one of my favourites, and it's to have a team breakfast with your staff members. I love doing this, and your staff will appreciate it so much. You can either bring in the breakfast items yourself or put together a list and everyone fetches something to the breakfast for like a little breakfast buffet. Arrange a day that's best for everyone to come in, maybe half an hour before school starts, and you can all just have breakfast together, chat, have fun, and just have this time to be able to thank your staff for a great year. This is also the perfect time to reminisce about the school year, go over funny moments, and don't be afraid to ask questions during this time. Things like, what was your funniest moment this year? What moment were you most proud of a student? Everyone will most likely remember different things, and it's a great time to refresh your memories and think back over all those good times. Next, although this may take a little work, just give me a chance on this one. Put together a slideshow of photos that you've taken throughout the year. Then you can set it up like a little movie theatre or just a sit-down session, whatever you prefer, with your students and staff. Personally, we love to do it as a movie theatre setup, so everyone has a chair, a comfy pillow, a bowl of popcorn and a drink. Then we sit and watch the slideshow of all the photos from the school year. Everyone loves this, but especially the students. They just love seeing photos of themselves, and this is another great way for staff to remember all the good moments from the year. Tip number 3 is to have a special lunch with your students and staff. You could also invite in any therapists or staff who've worked alongside your classroom and students through the year as well. For us, the most popular option for this is ordering pizza in. The kids absolutely love it, and it's always a popular hit with staff as well. We decorate the room in a pizza theme, have a pizza themed tablecloth, and then we order pizza in. We order in some extra sides and drinks for everyone as well to share, and then we all sit together and enjoy our lunch. Everyone loves the novelty of a takeout lunch and having pizza. This is another great chance for you to chat to students and staff too about the school year, what their favourite moments were, what their funniest moments were, and honestly, it's just so nice to unwind and all have lunch together. Next up is the memory jar that you'll have heard me talk about in previous podcast episodes. At the start of every year, have a jar or a box that everyone knows about. Then get staff to write down little notes about things that happen and put them in here. They could be special achievements, moments that made you laugh, things that made you proud. Just anything positive that you want to remember. On that last week, pull out those memories and share them with everyone else. This is a great opportunity to refresh memories about all the good times that happened through the school year. Because let's face it, so much happens in a school year, it's just really easy to forget about some of those good moments. And it's only when you start pulling out all of these memories, you realise how good the school year was, how many great moments there were, all the things your staff and students have achieved. Now, it's up to you how you want to do this memory jar. You can do it as a class with your staff and students. You can do it during breakfast that I mentioned with your staff and discuss them then. Or once the school year has finished, you can put together a little thank you night with your team of staff, all have something to eat and drink, and then spend the night going through the memory jar and remembering all of the good times. This is often nice as a little goodbye to your team of staff as well, especially if you won't be working together in the new school year. And finally, one of my favourite things to do at the end of the year is to have a compliment circle. So basically for this, you're going to have everyone sit in a circle and pass around a special hat, headband, anything you want. Whoever has this special item has to pay a compliment to someone else in the circle. Or you can do the opposite, and whoever has the special item receives one compliment from everyone else in the circle. This is just a great way to make everyone feel good. It could be a current compliment, or it could be a compliment about something they've achieved through the school year. And honestly, if your students are at the level where this is appropriate, this is a great activity to include them in too. Plus, there's nothing better than ending the year with a good confidence boost after receiving compliments from others. So those are just 5 ways I like to use to end the school year on a positive note. There is no better feeling than walking out to that classroom door on the last day of the year with a smile on your face and feeling good about yourself. So I highly recommend taking the time to find ways that you and your team of staff can end the year on a positive as well. Don't forget to head on over to the show notes for some helpful links, but also leave a comment for some ways you like to use to end the year on a positive note as well. I hope you found today's podcast episode helpful and that the end of the school year is going as smoothly as possible for you. Thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you again soon.